Good morning, Dolphins fans. Welcome to another episode here of On the FinSide with Kat and Paul. We are day 3 of the NFL draft, and you can join us on Facebook, Twitter, all of our social media outlets, as well as the FanSided Network and FinFanatic.com. We actually don't have to wait like 8 hours for the Dolphins to pick today because they are going to be on the clock here. Let's say in about maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. They picked 20th overall today, Paul.
I think it'll be less than that amount of time, to be honest with
you. Yeah, each pick is you're right. If you're thinking, I'm thinking more like an hour.
Yeah.
3 minutes per pick. Yeah, that sounds about right. But yeah, I mean, so we talked a little bit about it yesterday, Paul. Who are you kind of eyeing here today?
I mean, I've got 5 players that are right at the top of my list, I think. 4 of them are players that either get the ball in their hand or you really hope they get the ball in their hand. And that's Calvin Austin and Khalil Shakir at the receiver position. Chig Okonkwo, who I view as more of a hybrid tight end, H-back, fullback, ran the fastest time amongst the tight ends. And even before that, he was a player I was fascinated with because of the multi-skill usage and his elusiveness with the ball, but also his toughness when he runs. And then I've got Tariq Woolen on the other side of the ball. He's the one that you hope gets the ball in his hands. And then Zach Tom sitting right there. And I'll give a consolation prize because he just missed my list to Darian Kennard.
Okay. Yeah, Kennard, I'm a little surprised is still there. May not fit the Dolphins scheme as well, but could. He played in that outside zone last year. Yeah, my list pretty similar to yours. I mean, I just posted my top 10 on Twitter, Brian Cat NFL. But yeah, number 1, Tariq Woolen, the long cornerback from UTSA, very boomer bust type. 2, Zach Tom, the center from Wake Forest. 3, Khalil Shakir from Boise State, very tough as nails receiver that doesn't stand out in a lot of areas athletically, which is kind of why he's available here. 4, Jalen Armour-Davis from Alabama, kind of a one-year guy, but somebody who could factor in for the Dolphins in a couple of years, maybe next year, as Byron Jones gets on the other side of 30. Isaiah Spiller from Texas A&M may not be the greatest fit in this offense, but when he is between the tackles, I think he's pretty shifty, and I admire that about him. And 6 is your guy, Calvin Austin, who could immediately be the Dolphins kick returner. I've got a few more guys I'm interested, but after those top 6, that's where it starts to drop off a little bit for me.
Yeah, and for me, Calvin Austin and Khalil Shakir probably wouldn't get on the field until we go to a 4 receiver set, possibly even a 5. But the moments they do, they're going to basically be lined up against either a team's 4th best corner, if the team is in dime, or a safety, which a lot of safeties can't cover shifty speed guys. And you're going to see a lot of double coverage on guys like Tyreek Hill, potentially Jalen Waddle, potentially Mike Gesicki. And that's where these guys are going to be facing off against the worst of a defense, which elevates their value for me. And that's where Khalil Shakir and Calvin Austin are 2 guys I'm really, really hopeful for, as well as I like the mismatch of Chig Okonkwo, who's very speedy for what he would be.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the Dolphins depth chart, after you get past Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and Cedric Wilson, you've got Lynn Bowden and you've got Preston Williams. And, we were hopeful with Bowden after his rookie year, but he did not have a good camp. And if he didn't go on IR, there was a possibility he wasn't going to make the team. Let's be honest. He's got to bounce back. I like that he's bouncing back in a versatile type of offense. And then your 5th guy is Preston Williams, who I think both of us think might get cut.
I'd say all the skills in the world, but it's like every fiber of his legs is made out of brittle candy, or sugar glass, and you're just waiting for the shoe to drop. The guy doesn't play past Halloween if he makes it there. And Lynn Bowden, I'm a little intrigued by him this offseason because he's been working his butt off over at Perform with Tua. day and night, and getting into fantastic shape and getting really a big rapport with Tua. So he might be a big dark horse in training camp. But that said, I mean, Calvin Austin, Khalil Shakir, bring them in to compete. We're in a position where we can bring guys in to compete, because while we have positions we'd like to see improve, we don't necessarily have glaring holes right now to fill. So you
Right.
can actually go BPA and see if they can beat somebody out.
Yeah, and even if they did have glaring holes, day 3 really isn't the place to address those. I mean, you're looking to get the best players available. Yeah, you could get somebody who falls, who's a steal. I mean, yeah, hey, if say the Dolphins took, Zach Tom, for example, yeah, maybe he comes in and he impresses right away and he gets in the mix at either tackle or center, but that's not really even the expectation. So we're also, Paul is just riding high after his comeback win over me yesterday in the on the real time mock draft contest. I was up 3-0. Paul came all the way back, made it 3-3. I went up 4-3, 4-4, and then Paul took it home 5-4. And he should have had more. He should have beat me by more, in full honesty.
I really need an on the FinSide WWE championship belt to put over this shoulder right here for this episode.
I'll go have halvesies with you on that if you want to invest in that. I think that'd be fun.
We might have to do that for next year.
So we're also going to predict these as well, and because that was a lot of fun yesterday. Here's one thing: is we're going to be here for the next 20 picks till the Dolphins make their selection, and then we're going to sign off, and then we'll be back at some point in the 7th round. So we cannot predict the same player twice. That's our rule here. So Paul, who's your guy here for the Tampa Bay Bucks at pick 106?
Zach Tom.
Okay. Zach Tom. Okay. I'm
Actually
say,
no.
All right, the pick is in here, so I'm gonna say
Tariq Woolen.
Okay, I'm gonna say Damari Mathis.
Ooh, okay.
The cornerback from Pittsburgh.
Actually, I'm gonna flip mine to Zion McCollum.
All right, Zion.
Make it weird. Todd Bowles likes his DBs.
Yeah, he does, and that's why I think they're going to invest in him here. And they didn't draft one yesterday. Defensive tackle Logan Hall, guard Luka Decky, and running back Rashad White. That was it here. Looking
I love
at
that Luke Gadecki pick, by the way.
I know, me too.
That started it all for us here.
Me too. So the top 5 consensus guys on the board right now are Perion Winfrey, 56 on the consensus board. Sam Howell, quarterback from North Carolina, 58th. No, your pick is in.
No. They have not brought anybody up to the stage yet, even on my TV. I'm gonna Perion Winfrey it.
Winfrey, okay.
They cut Ndamukong Suh. I'm Perion Winfreying it.
Gotcha. I don't think he fits it for the 3-4D here. All right.
Ooh, Tommy in our chat. They're announcing the pick from Deutschland. Which is Germany for all you normal people. Ooh, I like that pick.
I'm a little behind. Okay. Not a huge surprise there. Kate Oaten is a blocking tight end there from Kate Otten is from Washington. Probably the best blocking tight end here in the draft, or at least one of them from Washington. I know Lance Zierlein was really high on him. I think he had him as like a mid-second round pick, which
it's
way too high, but still good player.
People would compare Dallas Goedert to Gronk, but honestly, I think Kate Otten's a better comparison to Gronk because he can do both things. He can block, but he can catch, and then he's very physical with the ball in his hands after he makes the catch.
Absolutely. All right. So here, are the Texans? Well, give me. I'm going to say. Let's give him a tackle here. I'm going to go Kellen Deesh from Arizona State, offensive tackle. They didn't take a tackle yesterday.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go Dameon Pierce.
Ooh. Okay. They have not drafted. They didn't draft a running back yesterday, so that would make some sense.
I mean, I like Rex Burkhead and all, but
Dude, Dameon Pierce only had 100 carries last year for Florida. I mean, it just remarkable that he didn't get the ball more. That's crazy, huh?
no, I think he'll be a good fit out there too. And whether it's him, I think it's going to be a running back for these guys here. That's one of the positions where the value is right now. Although
it absolutely is. Absolutely is. We should see Pierce. We should see Tyler Beatty from Mizzou. We should see Tyler Algier from BYU come off sometime here pretty soon.
the other position that could make sense is tight end here, but I'm not changing it. Watch be Charlie Kohler.
Man, oh man! As soon as you said that, I was like, I really should.
I'm patting the ghost belt, just so you know.
I just keep falling farther behind here. Well, I think does Houston pick again? No, they've traded the pick to Cleveland before. So
Cleveland's on the clock.
yep, Cleveland's on the clock. Let's see here.
That I'm telling you, that Dameon Pierce pick is a good pick. There's been a handful that both you and I have made throughout this process where the second either I said it or you said it, it just hit home as like, you really can't say anybody else. That's the guy.
Yeah, that was a good one there. I'm going to go Jamari Saylor, the guard from Georgia.
Okay. I am going to put Khalil Shakir down here.
Okay. Ooh, could be that too. They
I
like
know
drafting
David Bell yesterday, but I mean,
Nope.
most
Yeah,
of their receiving core outside of Amari Cooper is hot buttered ass, and they just got their shiny new quarterback if he's allowed to play this year.
Hot buttered ass, he says. All right. Dameon Pierce, 107. Browns, yesterday they took a cornerback, a D end, and a wide receiver. Yeah, but they like drafting receivers and plenty of them here in third and fourth round.
Yeah, and they gutted their wide
Took
receiver
Anthony
room.
Schwartz last year. They drafted Donovan Peoples-Jones in the fourth or fifth round. So yeah, it would make a lot of sense here.
Oh, who did you go with?
I went with
You went the guard.
Jamari Saylor.
For those just joining us, remember, we're only allowed to pick a player once today on our way to the Dolphins pick. So we could we could be making some very interesting picks by the time it gets to the Dolphins' turn on the board as far as who we're saying. And it's just realizing
NFL Network. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. What you got?
NFL Network is a little ahead, so I just saw the pick. Did you see it too?
Yeah.
Ariane Winfrey comes off the board here. Really good value there for
Cat, your mic is like 18 miles from your face.
What's that?
Your mic's above the bill of your hat.
Usually it's the opposite way. Ariane Winfrey is somebody that all these Oklahoma defensive tackles that come out, an issue that they have is they are so because every Oklahoma game is like 51-45. These defensive tackles are so pin your ears back and get to the quarterback. So that's not a bad thing.
He's good at it.
Yeah, he's good at it. He was the that's right. He was the Reese's Senior Bowl MVP of the game. He had 2 sacks in that game. So yeah, good pick. He's not somebody I ever had pegged for the Dolphins because that what I described there, that just pin your ears back and get to the quarterback. That's not what they look for out of their defensive lineman. That might sound weird, but it's more about keeping containment and holding up those blocks so that the people behind you can get there. So Para Winfrey, though, good pick there for the Browns. Next is the Seahawks, who
I'm going to go Malcolm Rodriguez.
Okay. Malcolm Rodriguez. Did they take a linebacker yesterday?
They took Boye Mafe, but
yeah, he'll play end / linebacker from. Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go linebacker too. Let's go DeMarco Jackson.
Okay, that feels kind of Seahawky.
Mm-hmm. Seahawky. It's a good one there. I can't believe. I mean, I've got to say, every player that they've taken so far, I've liked. I thought should have gone a little bit earlier, not too far earlier, but Charles Cross goes 9th. I liked him even a few spots higher. Boye Mafe was one of my favorite players in this draft. I would have comfortably taken him in the top 20. He goes in the 2nd round. Kenny Walker, I thought could have been a late 1st rounder. And Abraham Lucas is the guy that's number 1 on my Dolphins board after we took the obvious guys off. So yeah, I'm impressed so far. So let's see if they allow it to continue, because they need some help, given that they are going to have Drew Lock starting for them at quarterback this year. Needs a lot of help.
Yeah, and he also needs a lot of talent. So
if my wife's listening, I'm sorry. She's a big Mizzou fan and big Drew Lock fan. He's from Kansas City, where she's from.
Look, he was a very good college quarterback.
He was. He very much was. He's a good kid too.
So was Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah. All right, so we are about 15 picks away from the Dolphins here.
Man, if we did this without commercials on NFL Network, we'd probably be at the Dolphins pick.
Yeah, no kidding. So, Paul, what are you doing after all 7 rounds commence? What's your plan? What's your plan?
I'm going to chill with the family. It has been a brutally long week this week.
Yeah.
Give the kids some attention. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, I was taking a look at something and the autoplay function kicked on NFL.com. Start playing commercials if you guys caught any of that.
Gotcha.
Real quick, while we're waiting for the pick to come out here from Donna Ponte, I totally understand that JoJo Doman had a good college career, but he's not a JB, but he's not a fit for the Dolphins at 125, especially after taking Channing Tindall. He ran a 4.62, which is almost criminally slow in this Dolphins defense. So I don't think they'd go that route for multiple reasons, but he is a good player.
Yeah, 4.62, I'd say, is kind of the cutoff point. It's not fast. For me, it's kind of that 4.7 area where, yeah, but 4.62 is not great there.
No, with Miami only having 4 picks as it stands right now, I don't see them taking a chance that he can play fast enough for a defense that requires speed.
Yeah, that's fair. I really like him. I think he can be as a sub package linebacker. I think he can certainly do. He was actually played slot corner in Nebraska. He wasn't even a linebacker, which is crazy. But yeah, I don't think I can't see him going back-to-back linebackers here.
No.
I don't think they can roster him. So Doman would have been. I've got him 8th. But there's a huge drop off for me after Calvin Austin at 6 for the Dolphins, and none of those players have been taken. And who was just taken was Kobe Bryant, the Jim Thorpe Award winner, who played opposite Sauce Gardner at Cincinnati. So, nice pick there. I thought he could have gone 3rd round. Kind of a common theme here with the Seahawks. Paul, up next is the Ravens, and they have 6 4th-round picks.
Jesus,
6.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I could have, unless they traded any. No, I don't think they did.
I have to call this the Ravens round.
So, all right, pick is in here. Who you giving him?
I'm gonna go with Montreal, Washington.
Okay, I'm gonna go Jalen. Did I say Jalen Armour Davis yet?
Nope.
No, I'm gonna go with him. They like drafting defensive backs here and in this kind of round too, so that would make some sense. Yeah, Washington would be that's kind of a deep sleeper dude there. Somebody had him ranked pretty high on their board. I can't remember. Yeah, wide receiver, 5'9", 181 pounds out of Sanford is on the radar here.
Oh. I don't want to say anything yet because I don't know if Kat's seen it yet.
Daniel Falele.
Falele, go now.
He is massive. 6'8", 384. And there's
It's a good thing Lamar Jackson is fast.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to say about that pick.
Yeah, I'd say he's lucky he's going to a place where it doesn't matter if the guy your tackles block for you. So he hit
you
the
just
jackpot.
have to have one.
He hit the jackpot here. Jets, Paul, are on the clock. Who are you giving him?
Sorry, I'm too busy laughing at Falele to even think right now. Who you got?
Jets here. Let's go. I'm going to give him wide receiver Kyle Phillips from UCLA.
I don't think they're going to go receiver. I don't think they're even going to go offense. Let's see. Let me know if they're about to make the pick. Digging real quick. I'm going to go with Tyson Anderson.
Okay. He was somebody I was thinking about for the Ravens with the last pick there. So could be. They just showed Falele doing doing his jumps and stuff. I don't know if they're making fun of him or what, but his vertical actually wasn't too bad. It was like 29.5, which is pretty good for his. But his broad jump was 7'10". I've never seen anybody under 8. I mean, that's crazy.
Oh, I want to talk about this pick.
Okay, good. Good. I'm not a Max Mitchell fan. I thought I wanted to like him too because it was Robert Hunt's teammate at Louisiana. He played left tackle when Hunt played right tackle for them, and then when Hunt left, Mitchell switched over to right tackle, and he went to the Senior Bowl and he just got thrown around. And I looked at his tape, and even against not the greatest competition, I thought he was off balance a lot. I mean, just kind of whipped 3 or 4 times a game. The play strength has to improve big time, and even if you do that, I'm not sure if you're getting anything more than a halfway decent backup type. So
Well, the way they're celebrating in their draft room, they look like they think they just got the steal of the
Yeah,
draft, which
I'm seeing
that
that.
that could be interesting. Does that mean the rumors about Mekhi Becton and the Jets' relationship right now are true?
Maybe they're hugging each other because they're not going to have to order a buffet every day from a
Oh
guy
shit, we
Becton.
got to pick the Giants pick.
Oh, John, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Zion McCollum.
Uh, I am going to go with Jalen Armour Davis.
Oh no, you picked him and then moved off him.
Oh, I did.
No. You did. It sticks.
I would say good because I just saw the pick.
And Daniel Bellinger. Okay. We're going to see a lot of tight ends taken today. Bellinger is, yeah, he's a solid player. I mean, he's been improving more throughout this process. Doesn't stand out in one particular area, but just rock solid. And
Yeah, but they needed a tight end badly right now.
oh yeah. Who's they just signed somebody else too. I know Ricky Seals Jones they signed, but they also just got somebody else. I got the depth charts here beside me. Jordan Akins they signed from the Giants. Which is signing for them. I don't mind too much. San Diego State. Okay, Bellinger. All right, and next we've got the Washington Commanders. Yep. Let's go. I'm gonna give him JoJo Doman here.
Okay.
Didn't draft a linebacker yesterday. It is kind of a need for them. Pick is in. We're at a commercial break here, and we are going to be just about 12 picks away from the Dolphins at 125, unless they move up or down. And
I'm going
given
to give
that
Verone McKinley. Actually, no, Smoke Monday.
that sounds like a commander.
Sounds like somebody that played for the Washington football team.
Yeah, man, I got like Washington football team like mini helmets and stuff. Last year, and then they change again. So now I've got Redskins, Washington football team. Now I got to get Commanders.
Feels like they're in witness protection.
Yes. Listen to me complaining about that, like it's an actual problem.
Fins up. We're looking at chat periodically, but we're also looking up players and shooting around. So we're trying to get up in the chat. Was there something that we missed in there? If there is, let us know.
Absolutely. Let's so Daniel Bellinger was the most recent pick there of the Giants. It really has a decent chance to start there. I mean, over Jordan Akins and over Ricky Seals Jones. 6'4", 252, 31 catches, 357 yards last year. So nothing crazy as far as production, but just about what you'd expect to find here in the fourth round. Maybe a little better.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. One thing that's interesting that I just saw in chat is a couple people don't think JoJo Doman could be an NFL linebacker here, which I think he can. I just think he needs to be in the right system. Yeah, Radical. It's Smoke Mondays is a talented player. I just don't think he's the right fit for like Miami. But I think that I think he's going to be good for somebody here if he ends up in the right system as we go along. Kat, Tommy wants to know what your wife was saying about the Tyreek Hill trade. He remembered that she's a Kansas City fan.
She was not pleased. In fact, all of my in-laws were not pleased either because they are all Chiefs fans, and they're not just like, hey, we're from Kansas City. I mean, they're pretty serious with it. I mean, they make a whole day of it on Sunday. I mean,
the truth about the reason you're at the lake house comes out.
Yeah, it's they were not pleased. That's for sure. And I had to text them all the news too. So
Kat, who's left on your Dolphins list right now that
I got so many darn lists around now. I gotta. I don't think any of the guys I mentioned at the beginning have been taken. It was there. We go. Tariq Woolen, Cam, Tom. I keep two, three Isaiah Spiller. Oh no, excuse me. Three Khalil Shakir, four Isaiah Spiller, five Jalen Armour Davis, six Calvin Austin. So they're all there still.
and Cat, the pick is actually in.
The pick is in. Okay, Percy Butler, the safety from Louisiana, comes off the board. Paul,
I'm hitting the goalposts.
Close again. Close again. And yeah, he's somebody that he tested out athletically very mid 4.3s he ran. So somebody who, you know, 4.36, second team all Sun Belt selection there. So definitely I liked what I saw from him. He's somebody that I had as a maybe for the Dolphins in the fourth round here because he can cover a lot of ground. He's obviously got some development. And so real close
Giants
together.
are back up.
You've got two players from Louisiana there. So Giants back up. Paul, I'm gonna go Joshua Williams, a cornerback from Fayetteville.
Okay. I'm gonna go Josh Joby.
Ooh, I think that's yeah, that could be it.
All right, let me know when you see the pick because it just
Okay.
came up.
Okay, Dane Belton, the safety from Iowa, comes off the board. He's been a late riser in this process here.
He can throw the wood.
He can do a lot of things. I think he's been flying really under the radar. That's a great pick there for the Giants here in the fourth round. And yeah, I mean Daniel Jeremiah just said he's kind of a hybrid type.
Yep.
So
Denver pick. What do you got?
Denver.
I'm gonna go Isaiah Likely.
Algier. I can't pronounce his name. The
Tyler Algier, you said?
Tyler Algier. Thank you.
I went Isaiah Likely.
Okay. I think you're likely to be wrong.
I think I am too because I just saw the pick. Oh, they're back to back though.
Okay. Mari Mathis, not a surprise there. The cornerback out of Pittsburgh goes to Denver.
Can I just keep my pick there?
No.
Come on, it's Denver again.
Fine. So Denver was all right. That was just pick 114, wasn't it?
Yep. Or 115.
Okay. Who went 114? I'm blanking here now.
Broncos have 115, 116. Giants were 114 with Dane Belton.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Thank you. Back-to-back safeties there, and then Damari Mathis. Okay.
I mean, I know we both liked Albert O as a tight end, but tight end feels like a big gaping hole in their roster, and that's why I'm going with Isaiah Likely.
Absolutely, absolutely. Paul, I can't say this on the air, so I'm gonna message it to you here. There you go.
She's a nice lady.
Beverly Pickin is.
No, dude, you don't know this. My parents are Paul and Paula.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Beverly was my aunt. That's dead, man. Come on.
Oh man, I'm just I am just whiffing on everything, man. All right, here.
Hit the goalpost on that one.
Did I make my prediction? I'm yammering on here. Did I for this? I'm going to go Matt Butler, defensive tackle from.
I'll allow it because I don't know if you did or not.
Can you hear me, Paul?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, my internet is acting up. It's cooperated reasonably well here, better than I expected this weekend so far. So I'll take it.
Robert, he was throwing down a your mama joke that he can't put on the air.
Yes. And a very generic one.
Yeah.
I've never met Paul's mom. I'm sure she's a wonderful woman.
Hey, she's got to be okay if Joe Rose hit on her.
That's right. That's right.
That was the best. For those that have not followed us for a while, we were at the MetLife takeover, and Joe Rose is a good dude. I've had drinks with the guy. He we see each other, we say hello, and he showed up to the MetLife takeover one of the years and was doing his tailgate show from there. And we saw each other, gave each other a hug, and then we both started talking to other people. And my parents had both gone with us. My uncle had gone with us. And I look over, I start laughing. So I walk up to Joe. He's talking to this woman. And I put my hand on his back. I said, Joe. He's like, what's up, buddy? Kind of giving me that, get out of here, like tone of voice, because he's busy. And I said, this is a great tailgate. We got a couple thousand Dolphin fans here. This and that. He's like, yeah, real great, isn't it? It's great. It's great. I said, I had my hand on his back and I looked him dead in the face. I said, Joe, I said, of all the people here, I said, you got to hit on my mom. And he looks at me, looks at her, looks at me, looks at her, and hangs his head. He's like, I'm sorry, man. He goes, some things never change. And
he is a great guy.
Well, wait, how did you get a mom like that? And I'm like, you know what? That's not up to me. I said, the question is, how'd my dad get me a mom like that? I had nothing to do with it.
That's funny.
Well, this is a good pick here.
Yeah, he is a massive D tackle, D end type of prospect here. I gotta keep his name on the screen because I gotta type it out.
He's got so that's Ioma Owuzurike.
Good job. Goes to the Broncos. And yeah, I think he's going to be a really good fit as that giant 3-4 end for them. I like it. I like it a lot, Paul.
Yeah, no, I mean, you hit the goalpost on that one. So
I did kind of. Matt Butler's a lot different style, but yeah, defensive tackle. But
who's on the board? The Yets.
You know that Brandy song from the 90s about what she said about.
You have to narrow that down. She had a bunch of those.
She said almost doesn't count. You remember that song?
That Max Mitchell pick is so gross. Like, you're literally starting.
Do you mean gross or sick? Because that's sick means good, and gross means
no. I mean
gross
gross.
can mean good too.
Like, from a Dolphins fan perspective, it's fantastic. But from an actual football perspective, you got a guy that was the best lineman on your team playing with one arm. Like, and you're just going to start screwing with him? Good luck.
Paul, if Max Mitchell is listening to the show right now, I want you to look into the camera and I want you to tell him exactly why he sucks.
So, Max, I'm going to tell you here. Mr. Max Mitchell. It's not so much that you suck. It's you suck a whole lot more than Mekhi Becton does. And taking you in the 4th round is just early enough that all those little Jets fans out in Jets land are going to sit there at night and go, since Mekhi Becton's hurt, I think Max Mitchell is the answer. And I got news for you. You're not as good as George Fant. You're damn sure not as good as Mekhi Becton.
That's right. Bring it. Bring it, I say. Attaboy, Paul.
Mekhi Becton, with one arm, was better than anything they have on that offensive line right now, including Laken Tomlinson. And you're going to show up, cause controversy, and hopefully, I do hope you get the start. I'm hoping we can watch Jalen Phillips run over you down in and down out. While, who'd you guys take? Garrett Wilson? He's not going to get open against Byron Jones, let alone Xavier Howard. We're not even going to put Xavier Howard on him most of the plays because he's not even as good as Elijah Moore. And that's where you guys screwed up. And hopefully somebody takes Mekhi Becton off your hands because you don't deserve that mountain of a man that played through injury.
So, and I'll tell you what. I mean, I saw him mock to the Dolphins in the 3rd round, and a few I did not want that. But you can bet they went to Robert Hunt and they said, "Hey, Robert, Max Mitchell, your old college teammate, is projected to go right around where we are. What do you think?" And the answer was obviously no. Now I'm not sure if they actually asked.
Do you want to win or do you want to support your friends?
A lot of people choose the second one. Not me.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Give him a hug. Give him a hug twice a year when we play the Jets.
They're better people than I am. I mean, so consensus board, everyone here. Number 1, Sam Howell, quarterback from North Carolina. Number 2, Tariq Woolen, cornerback from UTSA. Isaiah Spiller, running back, Texas A&M. Darian Kennard from Kentucky. Jeremy Salier from Georgia is 5th. Kingsley Enigbare from South Carolina, who I want no part of, at 7. Calvin Austin.
I'm going to give the Jets Jalen Whitermeyer here, by the way.
Okay. Oh, God, I hope so.
Me too.
Did I make mine?
Nope. We're too busy having a conversation in a fireside chat where old Uncle Paul was.
I'm going to go Darian Beavers here, the linebacker from Cincinnati.
It's a good pick. But yeah, old Uncle Paul was talking to his new friend, Max Mitchell.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, this is the Jets' final pick because they've traded all the rest of them. So after this, no, we don't have to hear the Jets at all, and we get to hear the Dolphins at least 3 more times.
God, the Jets suck.
I don't hate that pick. Michael Clemens, the defensive end from.
You already took Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah, that's true. And they are now they have Johnson. They are pretty deep at edge as far as like rosterable players. I mean, like Bryce Huff. They've got John Franklin Myers has done a good job for them. So yeah.
Yeah, but what are they going to play? Like a 6-1-3 or 6-1-4?
Works for me. I mean, it's few people to cover. And you know what's really annoying about this guy? He spells his name Micheal. I mean, you should drop him on the draft. Should drop him on the draft board for that. Sorry for anybody listening who spells their name that way.
I'm not. You spelled it wrong.
The Vikings have traded up to this spot, Paul. Who are you going with?
Oh, let me look. Dude, that Vikings Boba Fett is sick.
I know who I'm going with.
I'm going to give the Vikings Charlie Kohler.
I'm giving them Sam Howell.
You just want them to take a quarterback so bad.
Yeah, I mean,
you supported Kirk Cousins the other night, and now you hate him.
Kirk Cousins could be gone probably after 2022.
Let's just franchise him every year for a decade.
That's what they've been doing. He's smart. I mean,
I don't know how he manages to pull that garbage off.
Like, do you want long-term security or do you want to be rich every year? I mean,
dude, franchising Kirk Cousins is like walking into the same bar and giving yourself a concussion over and over again.
I think I'm going to nail this one, Paul.
What, Donna Ponte?
Yeah, don't start that. Was she punished? Is that why she's having to do all this?
She's front and center, the face of the NFL now. All right.
Okay. First Mizzou guy off the board.
Interesting.
And
Caleb Evans.
He was actually 8th on my board today here for the Dolphins.
Would you have traded up for him here?
No, I don't. I thought it was weird that they traded up for somebody and it wasn't Howell. But he had transferred from Tulsa to Mizzou. He's a big cornerback. He's smooth. He's really smooth in and out of his cuts for a big guy. Didn't have that great season he was supposed to have from Mizzou because he dealt with some injuries. But when he's healthy, He's a good big cornerback. I think he's definitely at least second round worthy, if not for the injuries.
Yeah, but with this cornerback class, that's tough. It's just like some of the wide receivers. Like in other years, Calvin Austin, Khalil Shakir would go in the second round, but it's not. This isn't the year for that.
All right, Paul. 119. What do you got? You know what? I'll tell you what. How about this? Let's wipe the slate clean. You can pick whoever.
We're wiping it
whoever
clean.
you
Oh
want.
boy.
Watch,
I
now you'll
think
roll me and I'll regret it.
the Ravens are going to go Darian Kennard.
That's exactly. I allowed you to do it, and you took the exact guy I was going to take. I deserve it. I blame myself.
Hey, last time I took the guy you were going to take, you got it. So,
I haven't predicted him yet. Even if we didn't wipe the slate clean, I'm gonna give him Khalil Shakir here. They like drafting receivers in the fourth round. They drafted Tylan Wallace there last year. They drafted Chris Moore in the fourth round a couple of years ago. But again, they've got 4 more fourth rounders after this. That's crazy. Like I'm surprised they didn't package some of those up there. But
I just realized they drafted Daniel Falele when they've got Morgan Moses and Ronnie Stanley at bookends right now.
yeah, massive dudes.
But
Massive.
what is the point of Falele? Oh, and they've got Juwan James.
Yeah, they do. They do have James. He's more of kind of a try. He hasn't been able to stay healthy at all for them.
Yeah, but
didn't he? And I think working out last year away from the Broncos facility, which basically meant something happened where he didn't.
They were able to unguarantee his contract and cut him. Oh, you freeze up there, Cat. All right, somebody's stealing Cat's Netflix right now, so he's not able to speak. He's frozen, but we'll get Cat. There's Cat again.
I can hear you now. Yeah, it's getting pretty bad here.
Well, you got to tough it out till we get to the Dolphins pick.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what happens when you use Earthlink. I'm just kidding. I don't use them.
Yeah, it's like it's like you're doing the Max Headroom impression.
The what?
Oh, dude, you're too young for that. There was a show called Max Headroom in the early 80s where he was like this AI that showed up as this like would show up on the TV and I don't know, it would glitch out all the time. And it was before the internet where people actually saw what the glitch out was like. So it was actually pretty ahead of its time.
Gotcha.
No, we didn't get a raise yet, Andy. Tommy I thought James already retired at offensive line.
He practically did. He just gets the itch to play every couple months. All right,
Mike Mars.
Ravens pick is in. Man, I predicted him to go to the Ravens at 110.
Well, you know what?
Doesn't. I don't want it. I don't want it.
No, I wasn't giving it to you. Come on now.
Good.
It's like you accidentally walked in the end zone after you dropped the ball. I'm still not giving you a touchdown. No, Jalen Armour-Davis is a great pick. I mean, the Ravens have always been big on their secondary. They've got Marcus Peters, they've got Marlon Humphrey, and Robert Jackson, I think. So he's somebody that, when they go dime now or nickel, they're going to have a fantastic trio or quartet of corners out there. And he's going to be a lot of fun. He really fits their style.
Yeah, he only played 4 games before this year, but he'd be really a great season for them. 6'2", 190 something pounds, runs under a 4.4, long arms. He really looks the part. I really think if he had gone back to school for and had another really good season like this, you'd be talking about probably a second round pick. So the Panthers have traded up to this spot, Paul. I am going to go with Isaiah Spiller.
Okay.
to back up Christian McCaffrey there.
Let's see. Who fits in with the soccer dad? I am going to go with, let's see. I'm going to go JoJo Doman here.
Okay. Pick is up. Wouldn't it be funny if Don Aponte wasn't supposed to announce the picks, but everybody got just too hammered today, and nobody was capable of going up and saying anything more than gibberish.
That would be fun.
So, like, Don, sorry, you got to announce the next 35 picks.
Dawn likes being front and center in the face of things.
Like, don't even give her a chair.
What's that?
They don't even give Don Aponte a chair. No reason for his sit. Brandon Smith.
Another shot on goal.
Yep.
This is actually a great pick for them.
You like this? I detest Brandon Smith.
Oh, then you think it's a great pick for them too, because they didn't take anybody we wanted.
Yes, that's correct. I'm happy. Look, fourth round is okay, and he's a great size speed athlete, but man, he misses so many tackles. So many tackles. Like when I watched him, like I was really excited when I saw middle linebacker 6'4", 250, and I watched like 5 games of him, and I was like, I don't see myself ever looking at him again. So we'll see. I like them.
Patriots are up. Shoot. I'm gonna go Malcolm Rodriguez.
All right, I'm gonna go Zamir White, the running back from Georgia.
Oh, we're both wrong.
Surprise the Patriots with a major reach. He is on this consensus board, the 32nd cornerback. But there's not a lot separating these late round guys here. He is somebody who ran. Not a surprise the Patriots liked him. He's kind of a smaller cornerback. Ran a 4.4 flat. 6 pass breakups, 3 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles in 2021. So productive as well. Kind of somebody that's been a little bit on the rise lately from that.
Yeah, but is he going to
undrafted
play for Malcolm Butler, Marcus Jones, and Jonathan Jones?
I think he'll factor in there, but they've really, after losing
they reached to double down at a position.
Yeah, but they can always use more guys there. I mean, I don't think they're stocked at all. I mean, after losing, they losing JC Jackson, which really surprised me because they lost JC Jackson and didn't replace him, and now Tyreek Hill's coming in the division. I mean, the Bills, I wonder if the Bills would have drafted Kaiir Elam in the first if the Dolphins didn't trade for Tyreek Hill. Maybe they would have, maybe not. But they've got Elam and Tre'Davious White coming back from injury at corner. The Jets signed DJ Reed from the Seahawks to a lot of money. Drafted Sauce Gardner. The Patriots, they've got Jalen Mills and Jonathan Jones as their corners. Eesh.
They've got Jalen Mills, Jonathan Jones. Let's see. Malcolm Butler. They've got Jojuan Williams, who somebody I like, even though he's a little young.
I think he's a little more of a safety. So we got the Raiders here, which I think traded up into this pick.
Jojuan is their nickel, I think.
Got it. I'm gonna go Isaiah Weston, the wide receiver from Northern Iowa.
So wait, who just traded in?
Raiders. Okay. Only one pick so far. They picked Dylan Parham, which is a pick I really liked for them. Yesterday I picked 90. And then we are just 3 picks away from the Dolphins.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. I'm going to go Tyreek Smith.
Okay. That makes sense too. They just decided not to pick up the 3rd-year option on or 5th-year option on, well, really all their guys, but Cleveland Farrell was one of them. And he's kind of that same type of player, that big base end type. So yeah, I could see that making a lot of sense. If he doesn't go here, he's going to go somewhere. I know you like him. I like him a lot too.
Yeah. I expected him to be ranked a lot higher this year, to be honest with you. At least going into the season. I forgot they added Rocky Sin to the Raiders.
They did. They did. Rocky Sin. They got, and yeah, they picked up quite a few guys. Defensively, they signed Bilal Nichols, Jatavis Brown at linebacker, Kyler Fackrell, signed Vernon Butler. They signed a bunch of dudes.
I actually think I know who I'm going to go with for my next pick for the Chargers.
Gotcha.
I don't
Good.
care what this tool bag has to say.
You watching NFL Network?
Yeah.
Everyone's down here. They're having fun. They're doing stuff. Like, oh,
Shakir is still there, centerist. Shakir is still sitting out there.
he is, man. I've got like, other than Armour Davis, I've got all my guys here. I mean, Tariq Woolen, Zach Tom, Isaiah Spiller, Shakir, and Calvin Austin.
So the interesting thing with this is, depending if neither the Raiders or the Chargers go wide receiver, it is guaranteed that either Khalil Shakir or Calvin Austin will be on the board with Miami picks.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So Donald, we probably weren't going to double down on linebacker anyway. And you know, the tackling issues that Cat outlined mean that Brandon Smith probably wasn't a huge candidate for the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm glad he's off the board, just like you said. So he's not a consideration. I mean, yeah, pick 120 is fine. When he was talked about as like a 2nd rounder, I thought, you got to be kidding me. But
And Black says, I've grown a full ZZ Top beard since Thursday at 8 p.m.
So what's that?
M Black said he's grown a full ZZ Top beard since Thursday at 8 p.m.
And a boy. I let my beard grow out pretty substantially here. Not like you've got, but
I'm thinking I should grow a beard.
I just shaved most of it here just this last week. Raiders are up. They've got 96 people up at the podium to make the pick. One of them's holding kids.
I like that. He came up all business, made the pick, and left.
Off by 1.
But you know what, Kat, you missed it. One thing I liked, guy walked up with his wife and kids, made his pick, and said, "Honey, get the kids. We're leaving."
Exactly.
That's how you make a pick. Take note, people.
Exactly. And you can bet. And the little girl made the pick, and she nailed it there, because you can bet he gave her a good talking to be prepared when she got up to that podium. That's good parenting on display here. I'm learning a lot here today.
Yeah. Yeah, you screw up, no Fortnite.
Yeah. Life isn't that hard. I mean, all right. Chargers are up next, I believe. Chargers, Browns.
I'm giving the Chargers Thayer Munford Jr.
It's a good one. I'm gonna go I'm going to go Bo Melton for them.
Okay.
Kind of a slot guy. They drafted Josh Turner in the 3rd round last year. He did pretty well. I actually caught 3 touchdowns in the final 5 games for him, but they could use some more bodies there. The amazing thing is, because Zion Johnson, I hear, is going to play right guard for the Chargers.
Yep.
They still have Storm Norton there.
Right. And that's where I'm looking at that, saying Thayer Mumford. It's they need a tackle badly here.
Munford could play guard and tackle. I think he's 6'6", 330, so he's got the size. I don't know if he's fast enough to play to stay out of tackle, but
look, Daniel Falele plays tackle.
Yeah, that's true. If you want to call it that.
Falele, good.
Falele is going to get, and a lot of, I love the compare. I don't know. This is way back when the comparison was, and I think it's the most accurate one from a size perspective with Falele, and that's Aaron Gibson. If you remember him, first round pick out of 99 for the Lions, Wisconsin. And guess what? He golden corralled himself out of the league pretty quickly.
Golden corralled himself out of the league. Oh man. We used to have an all-you-can-eat place called the Ponderosa.
Oh yeah, we had that too. I miss Ponderosa.
I love Ponderosa. This is a solid pick here.
It is.
For those in the chat, the Chargers took Isaiah Spiller, running back.
Isaiah Spiller, running back from Texas A&M. Yeah, he was 3rd on my list, or no, 4th on my list here for the Dolphins. And yeah, what's funny is that I went from with him in mock drafts before the 2021 season, college football. I thought, I saw him mocked as like, 50, going like 15th, 20th overall, somewhere in that area. And I always said, that's way too high for this guy. And now here we are, he's a 4th round pick. I'm like, man, that's a really big steal at this point.
Yeah.
So it's just funny how the stock, where they're projected to go, changes so much. All right, Paul, we've got the Browns and then the Dolphins.
Calvin Austin, Khalil Shakir, Tariq Woolen, Chigakonkwo, Zach Tom, Darian Kennard.
All right, Paul, because I'm going to take my headset off here in a second. What is your Texans prediction and your Dolphins?
Your Browns prediction?
Browns, and then
shoot. I'm going to give the Browns Zach Tom.
Okay. I'm going to give them Calvin Austin. And for the Dolphins, this is not the pick I would make. This is my prediction. I'm going to say Christopher Allen, the defensive end from Alabama.
I'm going to say Chigakonkwo.
Okay. Sounds good. Hey, I'm going to a kicker. Our Dolphins are up. All right. Hey, I'm gonna mute and be back in a few minutes. Okay.
Yep. So Dolphins fans, if you see who the Dolphins draft before we announce it, please don't put it in the chat. I know some folks are relying on us for getting the info out to them. Let us get it out there. I mean, we really don't want that going on with the other picks either, because I know there's a mild delay for NFL Network, and then there's a mild delay for us to YouTube, even though we're live. So, let's not spoil it for anybody here. I can't believe Cade York came off the board. I thought the first kicker of any type to come off the board here would be Matt Araiza, but looks like it's not. All right, the Dolphins pick is in. Oof. Oh, here we go. Who's this? Oh, from Brazil. Yeah. Good job, Felipe. I feel you, Joel. I just try to help people out here. Let's see. Come on, baby. Come on. Ooh, Eric Uzukanma. That's been a favorite of a lot of people in our chat. as we've gone along here. And you know what? It's a good pick for Miami. Miami's going to open up running lanes by stacking the wide receiver room. Mike Hall, they're not going to go need. They're not going to go need. That's the big thing here. They are going for best available. And for them, looks like Eric Ezukanma fit the mold. He's a tough receiver, goes all out every play, and he's done a lot of good things. Kat, what do you think about Mr. Texas Tech himself, Eric Ezukanma, as a Miami Dolphin?
Nah. There's my analysis. Nah. Well, you know what? I mean,
I don't hate it.
I don't love it. But hey, look, I got to say, he's somebody that was, I thought was going to go later. I've seen him mocked somewhere around this area. So let's, and I got to be honest, I've only seen him play a few times here. So, this is from, Lance Zierlein from NFL.com. Draft projection round 4. So he had him going right here.
Mm-hmm.
NFL comparison, Dante Moncrief. Productive 3-year starter with desired combination of size and foot quickness. Ezukanma has enough speed to get downfield and challenge the coverage while displaying an innate sense for protecting and finishing contested catches underneath. The route tree has been limited by the scheme, but he's not as polished with the routes he runs as he should be for his experience level. Size, ball skills, and toughness work in his favor as a quality backup with some upside.
Yeah, I mean, and if you look on NFL.com, you know, they've got some quick facts on him. He's led his team in receiving all 3 seasons. He's got very good foot quickness. He's got a good, he's very physical. He protects the ball, high points catches. You know, and Miami needed to add a little bit of physicality to that wide receiver room. It's, you know, they just lost Devontae Parker, who wasn't physical, but was that contested catch guy. And this is the guy you've got now that can make contested catches, and he can do some, he can also get yards after the catch. He can make people miss in space and find creases. And that's really huge for a receiver in this offense when Miami's going to need to use their receiving room to help open up the running game.
Yeah, I'm trying to get excited about the pick, and I just can't get there right now. I don't. You know,
I would have gone
5
Shakir, or I would have gone
or Calvin Austin.
Calvin
I mean,
Austin.
man, because it's pretty obvious what's going on. I mean, Calvin Austin is just, he's small. I mean, he's a little dude. I'm surprised to see him still available, along with a few other people. So, I'm going to take before we do our segment on him. I'm gonna watch a little bit more tape on him. I've watched him play.
We'll do our breakdown on the individual draft picks tonight.
Yeah.
I know we're going to hop off the air here shortly and hop back on if the Dolphins get back on the board, or if there's any news as far as that goes. But yeah, no, like any final thoughts for you on today?
No, not many. Another soundbite is with Ezukanma here is on Lance Zierlein's. A scout for an NFC team said he was a little beat up at the end of last season and he lost his starting quarterback. So that kind of helps explain why he dropped off the map for a while. So, you know, and also too, you know, and the interesting thing is, it is tradition there at Texas Tech that you're a great route runner when you come out. And so that doesn't surprise me that they're not, that they're interested. So, hey, thanks everybody for joining us.
So real quick, Cap, before we drop off the air, I know we've talked about a lot of running backs, and there's a few folks that are upset about the running back position in chat. Miami feels very comfortable with Raheem Mostert, Chase Edmonds, Myles Gaskin, and a couple of the other guys in that running back room. So I don't think they match up well with what Mike McDaniel likes to do. And one of the things we've talked about throughout this draft process is the fact that what Mike McDaniel looks for in a running back is a little different than the NFL standard for a running back as far as that goes. So he looks for running backs that fit his system versus just, hey, this guy's a great running back.
Yeah, he's looking for speed, and more speed out of running back,
Speed and
that
vision.
position. Yeah, and Chase Edmonds and most of those guys. I would have liked running back too. Gaskin, I like on the team if we're talking about a third down back. And Kieran Williams from Notre Dame, that's the reason I wasn't interested in him, because I'm like, that guy is exactly like Myles Gaskin. Like, if you watch him play, so what's the point of that? And then, Damian Pierce is off the board. A lot of these guys are off the board now.
Ooh, Patriots just took Pierre Strong.
I don't mind that. I haven't been a huge fan. I'm not exaggerating. I could tackle Pierce Strong.
Yeah, but he complements Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson well, but how do you get him on the field?
Yeah, that's true. He's productive player, great prospect. I mean, great production at South Dakota State. What he ran for something stupid like 1,700 yards this past year, 1,686. Ran a 4.37. I've always said I don't think he quite plays to that speed, though he is fast. Not physical at all, and not versatile very much either. So I was always fine with him, maybe as a 4th, 5th round pick, but he was starting to get pushed up the board after he ran. This
real quick for Grandizer and chat as well. Ezukanma, I've seen him projected everywhere from the 3rd to the 7th. So if he's a guy that the Dolphins were in love with for what they want to do here, it makes a lot of sense to take him here in the 4th, given the fact that all it takes is 1 or 2 teams that think he's worth that value that we've seen a few times to take him off the board. And if he's somebody that the Dolphins wanted here, there's a reason for that. So yeah, I'm not gonna freak out. But anyway.
So it's going to be several hours till they make their 2 7th round picks here. Throw out 2 names for the Dolphins that you're, and we'll revisit these 2 as it gets closer.
Okay.
I threw it to you first because I don't know yet.
Yeah, thanks for that.
I'm going to say, I don't know if he'll get there. I'm going to go Tyler Goodson from Iowa. If he gets there, I think that's ambitious, but not crazy. He's really skinny and fast though. And let's see. Let's go Sam Webb from Missouri Western, who's a massive, fast, long cornerback, obviously very raw. Okay. No, I'm changing that. I'm going to go Zion Gilbert from Florida Atlantic, who the Dolphins actually did meet with.
Yep, I like Zion a lot.
His vertical was 44.
His what now? Oh, I think we just lost a little bit of cat here. I'm going to go Sincere McCormick at running back out of UTSA. And let's go Alec Lindstrom out of BC.
Okay. Yeah, that the connection with Applebaum could make a lot of sense there. So, hey, we'll rejoin you here short in a couple hours and recap all the picks here. It's been a blast doing this with you guys here. I'm going to watch the rest of this. I'm going to eat a giant T-bone steak after the draft. We're going to recap the picks, and then I'm going to watch the final few episodes of Ozark. I'm 3 episodes, and I'm at the Lake of the Ozarks. Just I can see where they filmed. It was like a quarter mile that way. So
guys, before you leave, make sure you subscribe. That way you get the note and turn your notifications on. That way, when we do hop back on the air, you get the notification immediately. I know we're going to recap some players. I know there's going to be some UDFAs tomorrow that we'll probably talk about either tomorrow or Monday. I'm assuming. Kat and I haven't talked about that yet, but yeah, there's plenty to do, plenty to like, plenty to talk about. So make sure you guys are make sure you guys are subscribed, and invite your friends to come check out and hang out with us.
Yeah, and also too, I have an assignment for everybody too.
Did I win 1-0?
I think you did. I'm just lining up to get punched in the face. I mean,
Dude,
that's what this is.
I need 2 championship belts now.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to get roasted for the NFL draft and the attention that you pay to it and we pay to it, after you get done, go to YouTube, type in Bill Burr NFL draft. And my story behind that is Bill Burr's my favorite comedian of all time.
Oh, he's awesome.
I love him. When he had a special coming out, I made a whole night of it. I invited like 6 people over, got some food, got some drinks, sit down, start watching. His first bet is about what a loser you have to be to watch the NFL draft. I was dying, and everybody. I mean, everything he says is hilarious, but that is as well. But no, we love you guys, and thank you for being with us. We've been doing this for 9 hours over the last few days here, and we look forward to this, and we really hope you got a lot out of this too. And that's going to do it right now for our 4th round breakdown. I'm Brian Cat, NFL, Paul's Fanatic _pick on Twitter. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, all of our social media outlets, as well as the FanSided Network and FinFanatic.com. If it's not on the right side, and if it's not